Hello everyone. In the previous class, we have started with the module number 4 and we have discussed architectural issues and switch logic. In switch logic, we have discussed using pass transistors and using transmission gates. Second one, gate logic. Gate logic is also called as restoring logic. So, gate logic usually uses NMOS or CMOS logic gates. So, gate logic, or it is also called as restoring logic, the gate logic is based on general arrangement of circuits, that is based on either NMOS or CMOS technology circuits like inverter, NAND gate, NOR gate, and or etc. can be implemented. So this is a gate logic or restoring logic. The first example is inverter. So the figure shows the inverter, the first figure shows the inverter using NMOS technology, and the second figure shows the inverter using CMOS technology. So some of the commonly used inverter circuits diagram are these. So as we have already discussed in module number 2, how to draw the schematic diagrams of inverters, NAND gate, NOR gate, and few other gates. So in NMOS circuits, only the N type of transistors are used. So the below transistor is N transistor, input Vin is applied, and the above transistor is a depletion mode transistor whose gate is connected to the drain. That is NMOS logic. To draw the CMOS logic circuits, we need to remember that for the dot operation, the N transistors are connected in series and P transistors are connected in parallel for dot operations, that is AND operations. For OR operations, that is plus operation, N transistors are connected in parallel and P transistors are connected in series. So using this logic, we have to draw the logic diagrams or schematics of CMOS circuits. So here for inverter, Y is equal to A bar. So here N transistor and P transistor shorted together because inverter has only one input and one output, and output is taken from the drain of the transistors. So this is a NMOS inverter and CMOS inverter. This diagram, the schematic is converted into a stick diagram. So we already have studied or discussed the stick diagrams in module number 2. So stick diagram for a CMOS inverter is drawn here. So the color coding you have to remember here. So the N diffusion and P diffusion are drawn, and polysilicon when it crosses the P diffusion, it creates a P transistor, and when it crosses a N diffusion, it creates a N transistor. As gate of both the transistors are shorted here, the polysilicon is shorted and extended and named as Vin. Here outputs are also shorted, P transistor and N transistor, and output is extended as Vout. So output is taken as Vout here. Then VCC and ground connections are usually made up of metal one, and substrate connection and PWL connection is also mentioned here. And the demarcation line separates N transistors and P transistors. So above the demarcation line, always P transistor should appear, and below the demarcation line, all the N transistors should appear. So N transistor and P transistor should not cross the demarcation line. So this is a stick diagram of a CMOS inverter. Similar to this one, thus NMOS schematic diagram is drawn here, and its stick diagram. In the stick diagram of the NMOS inverter, so above transistor is a depletion mode transistor whose gate is shorted with drain and output is taken. So a N diffusion when crosses a polysilicon red color, so a transistor is created, and when you put a implant yellow color box, so that is nothing but a depletion mode transistor. Then it is shorted with the drain of the transistor, V out is taken, here down the N transistor is created where V in is applied. Then VDD and VSS connections are made using metal one. So this is a representation of a 8:1 NMOS inverter with a minimum size pull down. So 16 lambda and 2 lambda. An alternative 8:1 NMOS inverter is also drawn here. So 8 lambda and 4 lambda. So first figure 8:1 NMOS inverter calculations. As we have discussed, ZPU, that is pull up transistor, impedance of the pull up transistor, LPU divided by WPU, that is length of the pull up transistor and width of the pull up transistor, that is equal to 16 lambda divided by 2 lambda. So 16 lambda divided by 2 lambda is equal to 8. So resistance of a pull up transistor RPU is equal to ZPU into RS, where RS is from the table, it is 10 kilo ohm. So ZPU is 8 into 10 kilo ohm is 80 kilo ohm. Similarly, for the down, RPD, that is resistance of the pull down transistor, is equal to ZPD into RS. So ZPD is 2 lambda by 2 lambda, that is nothing but equal to 1. So 1 into 10k is nothing but 10k. To calculate the power dissipation, so power dissipation PD is equal to V square by RPU plus RPD. So V square is nothing but VDD square divided by RPU value and RPD value. When you substitute, you will get 0.28 millivolts. So your input capacitance is 1 square Cg. Similar to that one, a 4:1 NMOS inverter, its calculation, ZPU equal to LPU by WPU, 8 lambda divided by 2 lambda, that is equal to 4. So RPU is equal to ZPU into RS from the table. For this one, 4 into 10k, that is 40k. Similarly for RPD 4 lambda by 2 lambda, that is 2. So power dissipation PD is equal to V square by RPU plus RPD. You will get 0.56 millivolts, and input capacitance is 2 square Cg. So same calculation is shown here. Consider an NMOS inverter with 8:1 pull up transistor and 1:1 pull down transistor. Using this data, the power dissipated by the inverter can be obtained. So RPU is equal to ZPU into RS, that is equal to 8 into 10k, that is 80k. RPD is equal to ZPD into RS, 1 into 10 kilo ohm, that is equal to 10 kilo ohm. Assuming VDD is equal to 5 volts, so V square by RPU plus RPD, that is 25 by 90 kilo ohm, that is equal to 0.28 milliwatts. Further, as the pull down transistor shape factor as 1, the input capacitance is 1 square Cg. So this we have covered in module number 2. How to find the capacitance, and its unit is 1 square Cg. Example, for an NMOS inverter, the following data is given. Length of the pull-up transistor is 8 lambda and width of the pull-up transistor is 2 lambda, and length of the pull-down transistor is 2 lambda, width of the pull-down transistor is 4 lambda. Assuming VDD is equal to 5, find the power dissipated by inverter and the input capacitance unit. So RPU is equal to 8 divided by 2 into 10 kilo ohm, that is equal to 40. 8 is a LPU and 2 is a WPU. RPD is equal to LPD by WPD. So LPD is 2 lambda, WPD is 4 lambda, that is equal to half into 10 kilo ohm. So that is equal to 5 kilo ohm. Therefore P is equal to 25 by 45, that is VDD square divided by RPU plus RPD. So 5 square divided by 40 plus 5K. 25 divided by 45K, that is equal to 0.56 milliwatts. As the shape factor of the input device is 2, the input capacitance is 2 square Cg. Here note, this exercise indicates that the power dissipation does not remains the same even though R inverter remains the same. Here remember that this example indicates that even though power dissipation does not remains the same, power dissipation is different, but the R inverter is going to remains the same. There is no change in the R inverter value. Now we have seen the NMOS inverter and CMOS inverter. So this example is the BiCMOS inverter, that is restoring logic CMOS variant, that is BiCMOS inverter circuit diagram. So as you can see in the figure schematic diagram, the left part, it is a inverter using CMOS. Then BiCMOS stands for what? As we have already discussed, it is a BiCMOS, that is it is a combination of BJT and CMOS. At the output side, we are going to use a BJT transistor to enhance the driving capability of the circuit. So always BJT transistor is at the output side. So the given circuit diagram and its equivalent stick diagram is drawn. The symbol for the BJT transistor is as shown in the stick diagram, which is connected to the BJT has a 3 terminals: emitter, base and collector. So emitter is connected to the P transistor, source is connected to VDD, a base is connected to the base of the transistor is connected to the P transistor, collector is output terminal, Vout is connected to the output, and emitter of the transistor is connected to the one transistor is connected to VDD, another transistor is connected to the ground. So this is a BiCMOS inverter circuit. Next example, 2 input NMOS and 2 input CMOS NAND gate. So the figure shows, the first figure shows the NMOS NAND gate. So for NAND gate, Y is equal to A dot B whole bar. So to implement that circuit using NMOS logic, you require to connect the transistors in series. For dot operation, the N transistors must be connected in series. So for NMOS logic, the NAND gate, N transistors A and B are connected in series. For the pull-up transistor, you need to have a depletion mode transistor. Another variant, CMOS. So Y is equal to A dot B whole bar. So for N transistors, A dot B operation is performed, that is transistors are connected in series, and A dot B, for A dot B operation, P transistors are connected in parallel. So the upper transistors, P transistors, are connected in parallel, A and B, whereas the lower transistors are N transistors, they are connected in series, and output is taken between the N transistor and P transistors. And this is a restoring logic for a CMOS NAND gate, that is a stick diagram is drawn here for a CMOS NAND gate. So above the demarcation line, the P transistors are available, and below the demarcation line, N transistors are available. two transistors are created, that is a polysilicon when crosses a n diffusion, a n transistor is created. A and B are the n transistors. A and B are shorted here and input is taken as A, and here they are connected in series. N transistors are connected in series, and the upper transistors, two transistors are connected, they are connected in a parallel fashion. Using a metal one, a VDD and VSS connection is taken, a substrate connection and PVL connection is shown. This is a NMOS NAND gate schematic and stick diagram. So in NMOS only N transistors are used, so they are connected in series. So two transistors A and B with a ratio 1:2 is created, and the upper pull-up transistor, that is depletion mode transistor, is created, that is it is represented by a implant, a yellow color box, that is nothing but a implant. A gate is connected to the drain, and this is a BiCMOS NAND gate. So a CMOS NAND gate is implemented, then a two transistors, that is BJT transistors T1 and T2, and the arrangement requires N1, N2 and N3. 3 N transistors are required. So this is a BiCMOS NAND gate. So how this BiCMOS NAND gate works? Here bipolar transistors are current controlled device. As we know, FET is a voltage controlled device, whereas BJT is a current controlled device. That is, output current is controlled by a input current. That's why it is called as current controlled device, and produces larger output currents than the CMOS transistors. So as we know, the larger output it produces, the BJT transistor produces larger output current as compared to the CMOS transistors. So when we combine the CMOS and bipolar junction transistor, that is BJT, so this combination is called as BiCMOS logic. The figure shows a CMOS NAND gate with NPN transistors at both level. So here, as we have seen the circuit diagram, there are 3 N transistors are used, N1, N2 and N3. So the N1 and N2 supply current to the base of the NPN2 transistors. So the transistors N1 and N2 are used to supply the current to the base of the NPN, second NPN transistor, that is NPN2 transistor, when the output is high. So whenever output of that N1 and N2 is high, it supply a current to the NPN2 transistor, and hence then it can pull it down with a larger speed. So as compared to the CMOS circuit, the output is pulled down with a very higher speed. So that's why they are used for current driving purpose. So when output is low, the N3, there is one more transistor N3, which is also a NMOS transistor, N transistor. So N3 clamps the base current to the NPN2, so that P1 and P2, so these two transistors, that is P transistors P1 and P2, supply the base current to the NP1. This is how the BiCMOS NAND gate works. There are two more circuits for a NAND NOR gate, that is NMOS NOR gate and CMOS NOR gate. So NMOS logical expression is Y is equal to A plus B whole bar. So A plus B for plus operation, that is OR operation, the N transistors must be connected in parallel. So for NMOS logic, the below transistors are N transistors which are connected in parallel to each other, A and B, and upper transistor there is no change, it is a pull-up transistor, that is using depletion mode transistor we have to implement. Then for CMOS logic gates, for CMOS logic, Y is equal to A plus B whole bar, is implemented using the logic, that is, for n transistors, y is equal to a plus b whole bar is implemented using, they are connected in parallel, whereas p transistors are connected in series. And this is a BiCMOS NOR gate. Similar to the BiCMOS NAND gate, the BiCMOS NOR gate is implemented using 3 extra n transistors and 2 BiCMOS, that is BJT transistors. So N1, N2, N3 and NPN1 and NPN2 transistors are used in the BiCMOS NOR gate. Thank you for watching the video.